After waiting many decades, the first Latino superhero from the DC Universe has finally arrived on DVD and Steelbook. Hey everyone, Joe here from the Collection Compass, and welcome to our home media unboxing for DC's Blue Beetle. Now you might be wondering, wait a minute, why is there a Blue Beetle unboxing coming in 2025? Very long story, I'm not going to get into that right now. But here it is, this is our DC's Blue Beetle unboxing. It's been a long time coming. Some mistakes were made in the process of collecting these two pieces to my collection. Very expensive mistakes, let's just call it that. We'll get to more about that in a second. But here it is, just for a little background. Yeah, Blue Beetle came out in the summer of 2023, so yeah, we are a little bit late on this party, just a little bit. Just, okay, you know what, just a tad. Let's be very nice to myself. We're a little bit late to it. But you know what, it's never too late, you know, because of that year, this was, I think, the best movie of them all. Slight spoilers for our movie review over on ActionX, but I think this of the 23 lineup was the best of the four. And not being, it may, and as well as the Steelbook also being very expensive. Again, we will get to that in a moment. But, you know, I was very disappointed, mostly from the financial component, because DC films that year really underperformed to compare to what was expectations. You know, Shazam bombed, The Flash underperformed, Blue Beetle was a severe underperformance, and Aquaman, comparing to the first one, was just a disappointment. So DC has really taken a lot of L's this year, but in terms of quality, this was the best one. And this also showcased the importance of having a filmmaker focus, as well as having a sort of passion, just making the film stand out in its own direction. Could work out in the longevity of things, which I think James Gunn's DCU, which is about to really kickstart later this year, is really going to take advantage of, especially with Superman, then Supergirl, then they're doing a Clayface. I don't know what's really going on, but the thing that excites me more about those movies, especially when Blue Beetle was coming out, was the fact that they were just focusing on the quality, focusing on just, let's make a movie stand out on its own. Let's not focus on trying to attach it to cinematic universe. Sure, this was supposed to be in the original plan for the rebooted DCU, but at the end of the day, it just ended up being its own thing, which I was very happy they did that, because guess what? Mild spoiler, Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle, will be returning. This iteration will be returning in the DCU down the road. So I was very happy about that. But for the time being, this is all we have right now from that character. So yeah, so with it all being said, with the whole media side of things, I was still surprised they put a little bit of effort into it, despite, you know, I think of the four, sadly, this was the lowest grossing one, but they still put a little bit of effort into the release, a little bit, and I'm going to see how that really panned out. So let's take a look at the whole media side of things for DC's Blue Beetle. So first up, we have the DVD. This is the standard edition. This is the basic way you can just own the movie. The cover is actually, I've never seen this poster used in the marketing campaign. So whether or not this was a DVD exclusive, or whether it was just one of the many posters they just never got around to using, because I'm going to be completely honest with you, this film did not receive as much marketing as it should have. I really was disappointed by that fact that, you know, there was a lot of cool posters I saw that they really never utilized. So I'm like, damn. Yeah. The logo itself being the very stylistic approach to it, I like it a little bit. It's not my favorite logo in the world. Definitely is trying to, you know, stand out from above the rest. But how we're just seeing the sunset, kind of like, you know, I don't know why the thematic is like this, where like the sun is shining more in Jaime, and then you have the dark, more neon approach to Blue Beetle. I'm not sure why exactly that direction was. I'm not really sure. I guess also like the fact that a new hope is around. I don't really know. But despite that, you know, whatever the thematical and symbolism was, this was a really cool poster. The side profile, which is just the logo, and on the back, which is Blue Beetle attacking with his I forgot what they called his attack moves. The synopsis of the movie, a few photos from the film itself, and that's about it. As always with these DVD releases nowadays, there is absolutely zero piece of special features. So just letting you know that once more. If you were expecting there to be more, nope, you're just paying full price for a DVD just for the movie. What else is new? And on the inside of it is just the DVD with a black version of the Blue Beetle background, but you still see the scarab and you still see the logo. My copy did not include any digital codes whatsoever. I literally just unwrapped this before filming this unboxing, so you actually do not get a digital code with the movie, at least from the DVD aspect of it. Now, of course, before we move onwards, we obviously have to take a look at the other editions, which I do not have in my collection right now. First off is the Blu-ray edition, which the Blu-ray is using the proper theatrical poster with the usual Blu-ray markings on top. Almost everything is exactly the same thing as you would expect from the DVD version, except obviously, of course, this comes with the special features. This comes with a couple of behind-the-scenes, I guess, documentary specials, such as Blue Beetle Generation, a document about his abuelita, which I apologize if I just butchered that pronunciation. I really, really do. Actually, that's what I used to call my own grandma when she was still alive, abuelita. So I guess it's still kind of stuck within me. But that's about it. That's all you're getting from the film. Then when you transition over to the 4K edition, it's literally the same thing, except in terms of the cover. However, that difference is obviously going to be the WB100 logo on the top left, but however, the special features are the same. You're just paying the extra money just for the 4K disc. So if you're just really caring about the special features, then the Blu-ray is the way to go. But obviously, if you're a George person and you care about the 4K, obviously you're going to go with the 4K version. So, and that was about it. They didn't do any special fancy exclusive editions with the retailer. There was nothing, again, with the way the movie performed, I'm not surprised they didn't do a lot of stops with the movie. I'm not really one to like criticize them. Again, like you make your money, that's, the money you make it kind of reflects on how much attention you're going to do to the whole media. At least I'm thankful they at least produce something with the whole media side of things. I'm at least happy about that. So, yeah. Yeah, that's all I can really say about that front. Now going to the Steelbook, this is, I think, super really cool. So the frontal portion, it is just the Blue Beetle suited up fully with his logo. I honestly like this really close-up shot, just focusing on his face and upper chest was really, it just looks so cool, the design, it really, really does. The side profile is the same, but this time you're using actual blue. And on the back, you get to see, honestly, it was a little bit weird. I think, I would have just preferred, lowered down the face a little bit. I understand they're just trying to be symbolic, but I'm like, this makes no sense. They could have literally just lowered Zola's face lower. Why does that, I guess to promote the secret identity aspect of it, but, he didn't really, it wasn't really expressed during the movie, so I'm not really sure what the thinking of that was. It is kind of weird. It really is when you compare the two side by side. On the inside, you get to see the two discs. The purple disc is the 4K disc, and then the Blu-ray is ironically the blue disc. So honestly, that is a little bit cool if they were planning that, but if it was just a coincidental. And the inside side, C inside D, is the shot where Blue Beetle's looking over the earth after Jaime suits up as the Scarab superhero for the first time. Technically, it is kind of utilized. It is a pretty cool shot. I'm just like, it's kind of naked in my opinion. Yeah, you see the ham, I'm like, it's kind of naked, so I'm just gonna have to kind of dock points for that one, to be honest with you. I'm just being realistic with you on that. But in terms of that, the Steelbook looks absolutely fantastic. I don't think I think it's the best, one of the best DC Steelbooks we've gotten in recent years, but just the back and on the other interior side, they could have done a little bit better than that. They could have done a little bit better. Now, one thing I will mention, usually when it comes to prices, obviously this was from Best Buy when they had the licensing for American Steelbooks. They do not obviously anymore. Now it's Walmart. Aquaman was the first one to be carried by Walmart. So this was the last one with Best Buy. And so as of right now, you cannot purchase this new. Obviously, normally these Steelbooks, they kind of go like hotcakes. So, you got to buy them at launch and then they're gone. So by the time we get to our home media unboxings or showcases, that by that time, all the Steelbooks are gone. You can't purchase them. For retailers, you have to go for resellers, whether that's eBay, McCarty, wherever you could possibly get a Steelbook, you would have to search there and pay the reseller price. So for me and my ignorance, and we'll get to more on the home media review for a second, but I've been holding back on the story for over a year, that before we transition here to the current style, we're going to get a tie-in movie review on ActionX, and you get the home media unboxing over here on the Collection Companies. Originally, this unboxing was supposed to come out way before, earlier on, so I purchased the Blue Beetle Steelbook for that timely fashion. And at the time, they were going for ridiculous reseller prices. Now, sadly, I did not check the reseller prices before I'm filming this, at the time of this production. But I can say I spent the most amount of money I have ever spent on a Steelbook on that one. I have many other grails in my collection. Well, grails, I have the Man of Steel, I have a Batman v Superman, I have My Hero Academia, Heroes Rising. All of those command into the triple digits, and I got those for double digits. This was not planned to be double digits, and the reason why I didn't buy this at launch, because I didn't believe yet on Steelbook shipping. I've heard horror stories on that people would, get them shipped, they would come in late, and I was very like, I wasn't comfortable with that. Obviously, I do that now because the Walmart, which is where I traditionally get my Steelbooks nowadays, I haven't used Amazon yet. I had no choice with that because where I live, there is no Walmart. I would have to drive out a whole hour to get there, and a whole hour to come out just for a Steelbook. Now, I'd rather just pay the shipping and have it go to Beat, because if you look up time investment and gas, it's going to even out, so I might as well just stay home and not go out of my way. So I passed on Blue Beetle thinking that there was going to be an order pickup, but a friend of mine that worked at Best Buy told me, oh, they were never planning on receiving any Blue Beetle stock in. So there was no order pickup. So the only way you could have gotten this was as shipping, but by the time I was notified of that, it was all sold out, because it was a very limited quantity, because again, the film did not perform as well. It wasn't a Shazam, it wasn't a Flash, it wasn't an Aquaman, it was a really low tier character, and the film didn't do so well again, so they did not produce a lot. So hence the reason this is going for ridiculous prices online right now. And this is the most I've ever paid for a Steelbook. And I didn't even need to buy it by then, considering the fact that I think I want to say there was a 7 to 8 month turnaround when I purchased it to receiving it to by the time I'm filming this unboxing. So whether or not I could have gotten it cheaper, it's a mystery for another day. But at least for right now, oh my God, I've been a collector for more than nearly 2 decades, more financially involved for almost a decade, and I still make mistakes. I really, really do. But at the end of the day, to get to the whole thing of it, I am very appreciative that Warner Brothers still produced a proper home media lineup for this film. The question whether or not, is this DCU or is this just a standalone DC? Will this kind of be fully segued into the DCU by James Gunn? Who the hell really knows? For now, I'm considering this more like the Batman, where like it's its own standalone thing, and regardless if it didn't receive the same exact financial success that film did, I was still very much happy to the fact that, hey, this film still was made. We got some representation for the Latino community. Obviously, you can hear more about my thoughts about the movie itself over on ActionX. Sorry for all the plugins, that's the whole point of this. But with the whole media side of things, I do love the DVD. It's a very unique cover. They could have literally just copied and pasted the Blu-ray and the 4K standard edition for this one, but they decided to do this one, and I'm very happy about that. I love it when my DVDs have some uniqueness over its counterparts. Even though, yeah, it is the bottom tier, it is just the movie nowadays, it's another questionability of like, what's the purpose of buying DVD if you're not going to get anything more besides the movie? And I do understand that, but for me, I always love supporting the official release. I always love, even if I don't get to see a movie in theaters, I'm at least buying it down the road, whether it is the $5 cheap bargain bin, $10 for a deal, MSRP when it comes out. I'm perfectly fine doing that because I love supporting these films. I love showcasing that, hey, I'm not only just buying the movie ticket, I'm buying both of these. So I'm basically I'm investing in your movie. And there have been times where I watch a movie and I don't buy anything from it. Very rarely, but it does happen. But for me, when it comes to just the whole media side of things, for once, it's kind of in a split tie where, like, if you want a unique cover that's not overly expensive, I would go with the DVD. For once, I actually would go with the DVD. But if you do care about your special features and you don't care about the fanciness, obviously get the Blu-ray. I think for once the 4K, I'm gonna unless you're a quality person that really wants to see your films in the best quality possible, obviously go for that. But then when it comes to the best piece, I would highly recommend the Steelbook. But again, be wary that you will spend a lot of money on this one. Now, I normally don't talk about the resale prices on any of these unboxings because normally they're within an acceptable range. But the fact that this one commandeered the most out of my entire collection thus far is something I have to make a note of it. That hey, if you are a hardcore collector and you're just starting it and you want this, I'm very sorry to tell you, prepare your wallet or prepare to play the waiting game, which is what I should have done. But again, I do these videos and eventually I have no choice but to purchase them because I just have to be a completionist. But with that all being said, in my personal opinion, I think the whole media run for this film was really, really great despite the turnaround financially for the film in theaters. Definitely, again, my full recommendation would be the Steelbook, but if you cannot financially justify it, then the DVD will suit you just well. Let me know down below, which one did you pick up? Which edition of Blue Beetle did you buy, or did you not pick it up yet? Did you see the movie? Let's have a conversation down below. Leave a comment. I would love to talk to you guys about the movie, because I haven't been able to since the summer of 2023. But that's going to do it for me today, everyone. If you're unaware, this has been Joe here from the Collection Company. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Like, favorite, share if you want to. Ring that bell and follow us on social media to figure out when our next video will be live. But until then, stay safe out there, everyone. Please be well to each other. Please be good to each other. And as always, peace out.